It's a film with three brains. 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 It's a film with three brains.
Oh my god, you guys are freaks.
It's a really big book you're writing. Is all of that single spaced?
You're not one of those writers that has a success, freezes up, and never has another one.
Does that sound like anyone we know?
Nobody teaches a writer anything. You tell them what you know. You tell them to find their voice and stay with it.
So, how's the book?
Don't touch it.
Isn't that a nice greenhouse?
This is Mrs. Gaskell's. It's her hobby.
I thought you were Mrs. Gaskell's hobby.
Hello, everyone.
Don't you look ravishing?
I'm pregnant. I guess we just divorce our spouses, marry each other, and have this baby, right? Hello?
Where exactly are we going? See my wife? The one that left you?
You shot Dr. Gaskell's dog.
I had to, didn't I?
You could have pulled him off me. I wish you hadn't shot my girlfriend's dog. Even though Poe and I were not exactly what you call simpatico, that's no reason he should have taken two in the chest.
Come on, Teach. I want you to dance with me.
Oh, Hannah, I'm really flattered, honey, but this just isn't the right time.
Hey, I'm sorry. You interrupting a teacher-student conference?
I wonder if this is what the university has in mind when it promises a liberal education.
Now, he's a good kid. He's just a little messed up.
I'm sure he'll be fine with the proper guidance.
You're not like my other teachers, Professor Tripp.
You're not like my other students, James.
I love you, Grady.
That is a big trunk. It holds a tuba, a suitcase, a dead dog, and a garment bag almost perfectly.
Yeah, that's just what they used to say in the ads.
One of our students is missing, and his parents found a dead dog in his bed.
Welcome to the Film with Three Brains. Sam in San Francisco.
And this is Sean in Chicago.
And I am Cohen in Maplewood, New Jersey.
And today we are reviewing the maybe underappreciated 2000 film Wonder Boys.
So futuristic 2000.
Yes, the distant future. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Wonder Boys.
Right. Yeah.
This is a movie that I watch every few years.
Oh, yeah?
So I've seen it a bunch. Yeah.
I think this is the second time I've seen it. I remember seeing it in the theater. Because I had read the book.
I've never read the book.
No?
Do you remember?
I went through a little Michael Chabon phase where I read like 3 or 4 of his books all right in a row.
So I've always been afraid to read this book because I know that he told the screenwriter to just do what you want, make it your own.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love the way the movie is. So I'm always like, oh, if I read the book, will it not be that? And will it wreck my opinion of the movie one way or the other? Will it not go with it?
That's a fair,
yeah. I have almost no memory of the book, so I can't provide any insight.
Okay.
I just don't remember it at all.
You read,
other than I read it and I liked it.
That seems to be a theme. You've read tons and tons of books, but
yep, I can't remember.
Very very many that you've pulled.
My book retention is the exact opposite of my movie retention.
It's almost like we should make a podcast of books that we used to read.
Yeah.
See if they're worth it.
Indeed. Yeah,
no, I'm the same way. I think when my brain goes into entertainment mode, it just is like, okay, this is just for rapid consumption. Don't slot any like real hard drive memory for it. and it's
You
just
got
gone.
you got conehead brain. Consume mass quantities.
Yes. Yes. Anyway.
Okay.
So what about you, Sean? When he's
I'd say 3 or 4 times, and I was trying to remember if you turned me on to this movie or it would be about that time, I guess. Like
well, I
you had a
definitely
copy?
owned it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely had it laying around when.
Yeah, I want to give you credit because I feel like you said, this is good. You should check it out, and I watched it. And I don't think about it very often, but I always have fond memories, and I think those pretty much held up for the most part.
Yeah.
I still like it. Still enjoy it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's hard to sum up this movie.
Yeah.
Because I think that maybe perhaps one of the biggest criticisms someone could have of this movie is that it's hard to know what it's really about when... I mean, there's a whole bunch of things going on, but I'm not sure that it's about any one thing.
Right. There's not a clear, like, concrete plot to it exactly.
Yeah, I think
it's not really what drives it.
It's kind of like a dramatic comedy version of like what held Seinfeld together.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of stuff is happening, but is it, like it? There's definitely, you could argue, like, is that even important to the plot? And for a lot of it, you'd be like, I'm not sure. Anyway, real quick though, I will give my attempt. So Michael Douglas is an English professor who 6 or 7 years ago wrote a best-selling book that everybody loved, and he hasn't done published anything since. His agent, Robert Downey Jr., is coming to town for a writing convention, hoping to see or hear what's going on. And in the meantime, he's got a student, Tobey Maguire, who really comes off as like Jake Gyllenhaal, in my opinion, in this movie. As far as just kind of an awkward, not very usual Tobey Maguire sort of
from
role.
like Donnie Darko.
Yeah, Donnie
Gyllenhaal?
Darko.
Yeah, totally.
Not Roadhouse remake.
Right. Or Nightcrawler.
Right. No.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, the old Jake.
Original.
Or young Jake.
Kid Jake.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so Toby's this, like, I guess, pretty talented but very weird kid that is latched onto him for the weekend. And at the same time, he's also struggling to have an affair with his boss's, wife, and at the same time, his wife's never in the thing. His wife leaves him the morning of the movie. She never actually has a scene. So anyway, all of this is like one crazy weekend in which all this crap happens. Yeah, it's about as good as I can do, because it's like each of these events is like, the dog attacking him, and Vernon trying to get his car back. Like, we don't even know for a while, like, what was the story behind, like when that first shows up, you're like, what's going on? Why?
Yeah.
And then later you find out that his car's not his car. Anyway, a lot of random things happen. And I think that's what I love about the movie, is that all of these things seem so random and maybe kind of strange, but at the same time, like, I buy it completely. Like, nothing feels forced to me. Like, nothing's like, hey, here's a good plot, device that will, that we're going to shove in right here. And, like, movies do that, and you feel like it's ham-handed. And this is just like, all this crazy stuff just keeps happening, but it feels like, yeah, someone could really have this crazy weekend in some way or the other. And it really works.
Especially given that Michael Douglas is narrating the whole thing. And sometimes that, like, over-explains or just becomes annoying. I didn't find it that... I found it like a good narration, like as like companion to what's actually happening. And because he's making discoveries or realizations as he goes, he's only explaining what he knows at that moment. And then, like, toward the, as things progress, then he's like, oh, well, I guess this is what happened, or I guess this was my problem, or, like, so we can like go along with what he sees, because it never seems like he's over or under explaining, or am I saying that right, or if I'm
sure?
Yeah,
or do you
no,
guys
we're
agree?
with him the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this movie, like a lot of movies, give the audience something that the main character doesn't know. This movie doesn't do that. You are with him the entire movie. There's not a scene without you being standing right next to him. So it's all you're discovering it as he's discovering it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think the narration works really well in this. Narration's tricky. Like, even like good narration, I feel like most times doesn't enhance the movie. It has to be really great.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I find it distracting. And this, for me, is really great, and mostly because this movie, as much as any movie I've seen him in, Michael Douglas is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
I think his performance is so fantastic in this, and it reminded me of Slapshot a little bit. Only in that Slapshot, like, Paul Newman is just carrying this whole movie on his shoulders single-handedly, based just entirely on like his charisma. And in this, I feel like Michael Douglas is doing something similar. Not that he's not surrounded by fantastic actors, because he is. Everyone is firing on all cylinders. Robert Downey Jr. doesn't have a whole lot to do, but he's great. Tobey Maguire is great. Frances McDormand is Frances McDormand. She's fucking fantastic and everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Michael Douglas just really shines. He's just great. You see exactly why he's a movie star in this movie. And the writing is fantastic. And his characterization is so fascinating to me. Yeah. He's such an interesting character. Everything he does to me is kind of unexpected. Judging by like Hollywood terms, like how movies generally would play out differently. The characters would react to things much differently, and along those same lines, I love him and Frances McDormand's relationship in this.
Oh yeah,
because it goes against everything you would expect from most Hollywood films. You would expect them to blow up and have like a fight, and that they got to come back from and make up in the end and all that shit. And then that never really happens, because that's not really the way life works, Right. That's the way movies work. Right. And I like that it doesn't do that. They're just like, they're two adults trying to get through this weird shit who truly care about each other. And even though he's partially responsible for the death of her dog and all this shit, she's just like, okay. Like, you just kind of go with it. You figure it out and you move forward, and you don't lose your mind and be like, I never want to see you again. I hate you. And then he doesn't have to like put a boombox above his head outside her window, or whatever. I mean, that's not fair to say. I don't mean that to be critical towards say anything, but you know what I mean? And I really like it.
Yeah. Well, he's a really interesting character because he's the center, but he doesn't have a classic hero arc to him. Mm-hmm. He's like, he doesn't. So it drives me nuts. We've talked about this at least I've talked about it in previous episodes. I hate it when things just happen to the main character and they're dragged along, and at the same time, he's also not, Bruce Willis in Die Hard, where he's just like figuring out the best right answer at the moment, like with what he's got in hand. He's not MacGyvering anything either. Yeah. He's got this hesitancy where he can't commit to. He kind of reminds me of someone on this podcast a little bit in parts.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because he can't commit to a certain decision or an idea quickly. Yeah. Because okay, full disclosure, I'm a surgeon. Like, that's what you do. You make decisions in split second. They're like, the whole adage, the whole joke is like, seldom right, but never in doubt. It's like we're moving forward, and him, he's just stopping to think about like what happened, he can't even answer Frances McDormand quick enough, to satisfy her when she's throwing things at him. And he, even after the phone call, it's like he's still thinking about it, and you see it, and it's like, but then it's something else is, pressing. He's slowly moving forward through all these things. Like it's there's nothing fast about what he does, but at the same time, he's trying to move things in the right direction. So I really like the pacing of how he is and it's consistent the whole movie, you know.
And it's reflected in his second book. And Katie Holmes sort of sums it up.
Yeah.
She's like, you just never make a decision.
You didn't make any choices at all.
You made no choices. He's at 2,600 pages, you know, and he's like, oh, shit. And he realizes she's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Like, he doesn't believe in writer's block. He just type.
Yeah, and Tobey Maguire's like, no kidding. That's the other thing. There's so much deadpan humor in this movie. It's like it's unrelenting through it, and you know, of course, I hate that sort of thing. So yeah, it drove me nuts the whole way.
Yeah, I can see how that bothered you.
Yeah, I'm just constantly amused about it. He's like, oh, I'm helping James Lear. She's like, oh, you know, Francis McDormand. Oh, isn't he lucky? You know.
Yeah. I love his interaction with the dog in the beginning when Tobey Maguire says, well, who's he barking at now? And he goes, still me. He's blind.
He's a blind dog.
And then in his voiceover, he says how Francis McDormand's husband has no idea. And then he says, and they show a shot of the dog and he goes, Poe's been on me since the beginning.
Yeah.
On to me since the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, dog is great. And think about how much stuff happens in just the first few scenes. Like you know, we start in the classroom, but they're like, oh, we got to go to this thing at 5:30, and then the dog happens, and then I'm pregnant happens, and then the like, you know, we introduced to Q and the husband and all, you know, all the stage is set in like 2 scenes. It's just crazy how much. And like a revelation like, oh, I'm pregnant is usually saved for like later in the film or like a turning point or something. It was just like a backdrop, like, hey, by the way, let me throw this at you. And that scene too, like she's like, you go first, and she's like, I'm pregnant. You know, like they have, you can see a little bit of their relationship because that's really the only quiet moment they have together.
Yeah.
Until the very end, and then you're like, oh, okay. You can see that there's that, you know, they have a real thing happening, not just a fling.
Yeah, and they have great chemistry.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. I kind of wonder if Frances McDormand's made a bad movie. You know,
I bet she's in Darkman.
Yeah, I mean, she's in some movies that aren't great, but I mean,
well, yeah, but I think she's great.
She's great
in everything.
And so
even if it's a bad movie, she's good.
That's insane. It's just nonstop for her. She's
so good,
consistent the whole.
It's funny that you say that Michael Douglas is like a movie star here, and not because I disagree, but just because I kept focusing on his career in terms of like how he was a really good producer before he was known as an actor. Like, you know, we did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and he handpicked that stuff. I mean, he was all over that thing. And I know it's because of his dad and because he's grown up around the business, but he really learned all of this stuff about not just acting, but like all of it. And I think that professionalism and that like sort of knowledge that he has, it like can only help you as a force in Hollywood, but also like just he picks better films. Like he knows. I'm sure he's done bad movies as well, but he's got
some stinkers, but he's got some great ones.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, we reviewed Falling Down.
Done Falling Down, and we did.
I haven't done Traffic yet. We didn't do Wall Street.
Yeah, Wall Street's a good one.
Romancing the Stone, I love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Cohen's gonna pick that one
someday.
But like in Romancing the Stone, he's the movie star. He's the guy you're watching. In this one, it's like he's almost just, you know, someone compared to Elmer Fudd or something. You know, like. But
he's not a hero. He's just the star, I guess, or you know, he's the star of his own story, kind of thing. I have some gripes.
Of course you do.
Actually, honestly, I just have one.
Okay.
I have one gripe, and that is Robert Downey Jr.'s character sort of tagging along to places feels a bit forced. a few times.
Okay, sure.
Like when they go to Spring, basically to get Tobey Maguire from his parents' house, that felt a little forced. That he was there. I don't know. It just I don't know. It felt like it didn't feel organic enough for me to not like sort of hear the writer's voice, sort of, see the filmmakers going, well, how do we get Robert Downey Jr. in this scene? Kinda. And I felt like it could have been stronger. His motivations could have been stronger. His ties to the whole plot, for lack of a better word, could have been stronger. I don't know. There's just a few times I'm like, I don't know. Would he really be there? Would he be there for this? Why is he there?
I know what you mean.
Well, he's staying at his house.
Yeah.
Which is also...
Yeah, he's Captain Chaos. He throws a massive party in his house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that alone says something. You're like, why is this guy who's supposed to be a agent staying at the house of the professor and not have his own hotel? Like, I think, maybe if he would have said that, like, look, I'm not even wasted money on a hotel room,
or the publisher wouldn't spring for his. Yeah.
I mean, that's alluded to somewhat.
Yeah.
Where you ask him how bad is it, and he's like, it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
But once someone's at your house for the weekend, they're kind of latched on to you. Like,
I guess.
I don't know. It didn't really stand out to me, but it's
the first thing that they had to do was get him out of parole, Robert Downey Jr. Like, the producers were worried about his situation, because this is the end of his 90s sort of troubles.
Mm-hmm.
And what I read was that he was fantastic and very professional for like the whole 4.5 months of shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got back to LA and then he broke his parole. But yeah, they're I think the studio was just like, is he good to go? And they wanted him, and he convinced him he'll do the job, and he did the job. But I was just wondering, like, about what you said about, like, is he thrown in, or is he too, like, I think that's kind of his purpose too, is to like throw all these curveballs along the way, and we think he's like this annoying guy, or we question his motivations the whole time because he's kind of sneaky about everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like also they deserve each other. He and Grady like deserve each other. Like, they both had success on his first book, and then the fact that they're waiting on the second one puts them, literally puts them in the same boat. But also, like, spiritually or something, like they're both the screw ups. They're the ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's appropriate, but I think maybe you're just talking about like a scene here or there, like the one you mentioned, or like if it just wasn't quite so integral to, James Lear getting. Although let's see, what does he end up with at the end of the movie? Robert Downey Jr.'s character, whatever his name is.
He ends up with the manuscript for the.
He ends up with Tobey Maguire's book he's going to publish.
Yeah,
he gets Tobey Maguire's book, and he also gets the husband in his silly DiMaggio book.
That's not going to sell.
Oh, right.
That was the little surprise. He was like, sorry.
And now he's going to get Grady's new book, which is going to be
right.
This whole thing.
So his career is going to do great. Oh yeah, he gets a lot out of this. He gets the most out of this out of anyone, except for maybe James Lear. But he was. Do you think James Lear would have been a good writer no matter what, or does that ruin the premise of the movie?
I think he has to be a good writer.
Yeah,
I mean, he is a good writer, but will he be,
of the movie?
Yeah, will he be a published, established writer without the help of these guys? I mean, does one Wonder Boy need other Wonder Boys? I guess is what I'm saying or asking.
I don't know. I mean,
too much. I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty unanswerable.
Well, I mean, I think that the movie is suggesting that they do need each other.
Yeah,
they all need each other. I don't know about Katie Holmes. Well, Katie Holmes ends up being an editor, right? I mean, a year later with the epilogue stuff, it was like she became an editor. You know.
Oh, you just reminded me of my second gripe.
Okay.
Katie Holmes.
Yeah. You don't need it.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's not her character isn't necessary, but also her as an actress always kind of bothers me. Her sort of like side mouth thing, like, "Hey, James," you know. I don't know.
I don't know if she can
she's
help
just
that
like
or
as an
not.
actress kind of bothers me.
What
Like
I like
her character
is
is totally. I feel like her character is sort of extraneous.
Yep, she's superfluous, but at the same time, the best thing about her is that nobody goes for her.
Yeah.
At all. James has no interest.
Mm-hmm.
And Grady has no interest.
Yeah.
And even Robert Downey Jr. has no interest.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like she's there to help move a couple things. Like she gets James home from the party.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think the original version she actually had a boyfriend, and he was cut completely out.
He's in one shot. It's the guy from Rob.
Yeah, Rob McElhenney.
Yeah, from It's Always Sunny.
Always Sunny. And he got cut after in post production. He got cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Curtis Hanson was like, "Oh, sorry.
Sorry, dude.
Oops." Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, I think that she doesn't embody anything that another actress couldn't have done just as well. Like I can't. Yeah, casting wise, she seems to be the only question mark in my mind.
Yeah.
And everybody else is good.
Yeah.
Even John Boy Walter. I never remember his actual name. What is his name?
It's crazy. I can't think of it.
I mean, he. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think she has to be there because you know, you can say that the character doesn't really count, but by having her, you know, hit a little bit on Grady and have him just totally dismiss her shows that he's evolving, because it was Crabtree, you know, who said, you know, when he said, "Oh, my wife left me today," he's like, "Oh, don't worry, you'll find another one. You always do. She'll be younger, prettier. You know, they always are."
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of set up that that's the way things always go with him. And this is like, okay, he's going to, he's dismissing her right away, taking a different path. I mean, obviously it's also gross because he's so much older and her professor and all that. But at the same time, I think that she was there to prove that he's going to change his life in some way or another.
Yeah, her character is important for sure. I think that he has this weird duality of professionalism. Like he is wildly unprofessional with his student James Lear because he gets him drunk and, you know, does somewhat irresponsible things, but is actually by the end he's doing it in his best interest. Everything he's doing for James is by the end is for James, not because he doesn't know what else to do or he's being lackadaisical. But with her, like, he actually is showing he set boundaries with her, not just because he wasn't interested in her, but because at some point he's like, yeah, running around with that dog and a student and all this stuff is not great. And then, you know, I don't know do you think he knows he's going to get fired, or does he just kind of say, what the hell? Like once he kind of tells, her that he loves her in 3 a.m. and wakes up the husband.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, yeah, probably not. That's it for me. But my point is, even if he knows he's going to get fired, he's still trying to do the right thing as a professor. Like he's not professional at all. I mean, in class, I think that first scene is very good because it shows us what he's actually like as a professor. Otherwise, you'd have no idea.
Yep.
And that's important. It sets up like how screwed up his personal life is, and you know how misguided he seems in everything else but the classroom. That's my, you know.
Well, when he stands up for when he tells James he's going to take the take the blame for him. He does say that he's got tenure, that he can't be fired because he's got tenure.
Yeah.
So
right, but even tenure, if you sleep with the boss's wife, I don't know.
I'm sure it's all part of the thing. Oh, this is my gripe for the movie. Thank you. Just reminded me. The weak segue here, but just thinking of Professor Gaskell. So the boss's wife, or the boss, I mean, of if you
Walter.
are a collector of something and you have Marilyn Monroe's jacket, you don't let that go for a book deal. Like, the idea, the what they're getting at the end of the movie is that Crabtree makes everything okay by giving this guy a book deal, and James gets a book deal and all this stuff, and Ula keeps the jacket, right? But if you're the professor, that's not enough, because anybody who's a real collector wants the item. It's not about the value of the item, it's the item. So the fact that Ula gets away with the jacket, I was like, no, Professor Gaskell would never give up. He would never be like, okay, I'll take a book deal in exchange for the jacket. That's
I sort of took that to mean that he doesn't know where the jacket is and it's gone, like, lost forever.
Yeah,
not that he accepted its.
There's an insurance claim. You know, he knows what happened to his dog, so he just has to do
but
it.
I think that's the whole thing, is that they knew James Lear was part of this, you know, and that they wouldn't give up. You know, and who knows, maybe stuff goes on after the movie. But I just didn't find it. I was like, wait a second, there's no way you could just let that jacket go. Like, he is not going to give up on that jacket.
He is rather obsessed with it.
Yeah. Quick clarification, and maybe I'm mistaken, but I thought Frances McDormand was the chancellor of the school.
Yes, she's
making her the boss.
Yes, she is the ultimate
boss. He
boss.
is the boss's husband.
Oh, you're right.
Is that accurate?
The husband is Grady's boss. Walter is Grady's boss.
Is he?
Okay, in the department, in the English department.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is. Yes.
Oh, he's like the department head, and Frances McDormand is the chancellor?
Right.
Yes.
So they would both technically fall under her?
Yes.
Right.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think it would be odd if she somehow fought for his job after all that, I guess. I don't know. There's some things that kind of fall away that are interesting to think about afterwards, but at the time don't really seem that important. Like, I thought that she gave the jacket back. The way I remembered it was like, oh yeah, okay, they find the guy and Vernon, and the pages go flying in the air, and then I thought he gave the jacket back. In my memory, and I almost glossed over the fact that, like, oh, he just gave her a compliment and just sent her on her way. And Crabtree was like, "Whoa, what happened to you? Like, you know, why'd you do that?" But go ahead.
You just reminded me of my third gripe. Why the fuck did they put the dead dog in James's bed?
Yeah, that one was
so dumb,
rude.
Just bury it somewhere. Get rid of it. They'll never know. Like, that's okay. So this gripe turned out. I forgot how much it annoyed me. All they had to do when they kill the dog and leave with the dog, throw it in the trunk, leave the back door open. That's it.
Oh,
that's where the dog is. It ran off blind into the snow and like froze to death somewhere, and they'll never find it again.
There's blood.
Yeah, later they found out.
They said they saw blood.
You're right. There was blood.
Yeah. I do.
Well,
like
still, they didn't know they were going to find blood. That could have been a good chance to try. But then basically they're just confessing. But so why? Putting the dog in James's bed is
it's a decision.
Basically
he didn't want to make a decision on the dog. He just carried it around.
But why not just leave it in the trunk then? Oh, I just thought of my fourth gripe.
The longer this podcast
goes, the whole
goes,
thing about the guy's car, about his car not being his car,
right?
I don't know. I found it confusing a little bit, and I was like, "Wait, what?" Especially when that guy first shows up, and he's like standing in front of the car, won't let him pass. Then he does some weird shit, and then he bows and walks away. I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Right. Yeah, because it's not till later that it becomes clear that some guy named Nathan owes him money.
Right.
And gave him the car.
Right.
As collateral.
I think in the book, all that stuff is far more fleshed out, as I recall. Like there's a lot of like subplots in the book, I think, as I remember. I mean, I don't remember much at all, but I do vaguely recall that maybe the book makes a lot more sense as books do. Like they're longer, they're more detailed. I don't know.
Thanks for explaining the difference between a book and a movie.
Just in case you're a drooling idiot.
More
books
details.
are longer and more detailed than movies.
Slow down.
Duh.
Right. I don't know. I'd like to fact check that.
Well, it's interesting what like, Cohen's saying, like the book is probably more concise or whatever. Like, and then Sam, you're saying that you kind of like that it doesn't, that you're confused along the way, right? That everything's
I'm okay
like,
with that.
I am too.
With, like all this stuff happening, that you know, you're figuring out when he does, and so the fact, like maybe he should have been like, when it happened, he'd been like, well, maybe it is this guy's car because Nathan gave me this car. So, like maybe that's when he should have said it, you know,
right.
or just scratched or started to say it, you know. Like this movie is not against having a character start to say something and then get interrupted, the thought get interrupted, and then come back to it later.
Yeah.
So that's one that they could have done that on. Because it is, you know, watching it, you're like what? Why would someone come out of a bar and say that's my car? You know, like it's bizarre. You know, when it makes sense later. I actually really like, you know, I think that car ride when he's giving him a ride home is great. It's another critical part of the movie, you know, about well, you know, that must have been some book, you know, like
yeah. If you don't know what it's about, why are you writing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like that random encounter, and he's like, I never forget an Ula, you know, like you kind of like go, yeah, I could see why that would stand out, a weird name and this weird dude, and they never explain to him why they call him Vernon, which is good.
Yeah.
So do we want to talk about why no one liked it at the time and why it didn't make any money?
Yeah, you know, that blows my mind, you know, that this was not a successful movie. I mean, how often do totally unsuccessful movies with big names get nominated for Academy Awards but don't even make back their budget, you know?
So I watched an interview with Michael Douglas in 2018, and he was introducing a Q&A before and after a screening of Wonder Boys, and he was like, well, I mean, part of it was this poster that they did, because it's just him. Like this is where he got somebody called him Elmer Fudd or something. But yeah, it looked like that's not sexy. That's not
that's a dumb
that's not going to get people. Yeah. And also like he knew it was like, it's not just about like Michael Douglas being because the idea, if you just think about Michael Douglas's English professor has an interesting weekend, you know, like that sounds like a terrible movie. Right. So they must have had a hard time pitching it, and of course their marketing sucked. And then he also said that it came out in February, just, you know, award season, and all the movies, all the Academy Awards about last year's stuff. So people have very little interest in a movie that's coming out right at that time.
Yeah.
So Paramount was pretty much burying it. I mean, that's my take. That's not Michael Douglas.
I always felt like the title was too. It's like you expect it to be like some sort of superhero or some sort of supernatural power or something, right? With that sort of title, and so the title also doesn't match what it's about, and it also doesn't match the picture on the.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There's one Wonder Boy in this poster, and not.
Right.
And he actually defended the whole idea of the Wonder Boys because he said Curtis Hanson, he had LA Confidential and he didn't know what to do next. And Steve Kloves, who did, he did the screenplay, but he did that, wrote and directed the one before it. Anyway, like he didn't know what he was going to do next. Oh, he did Fabulous Baker Boys. And then he kind of pivoted, and he had never done an adaptation. And Steve Kloves is the only one that got any recognition from the Academy. He got at least nominated for adapted screenplay, and that's the only thing they got nominated for in this movie. So, like,
Well, I thought it got nominated for editing and song too.
Oh, yeah, it won for song.
It did get song. You're right. Sorry, but I mean, actually, Michael Douglas forgot about Steve Kloves because he's like, I don't think we got anything, because he was thinking like actors, director.
Oh,
they didn't get any of those nominations.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get a lot of love, but I mean, yeah. How do you tell someone about Wonder Boys if they don't know what it's about, or like how do you explain why it's good? Even I mean,
yeah,
the cast I guess would be where I would start, but
yeah.
It's not a typical movie in any sort of way like that. I mean, I can't even think about another movie about a writer that would even try something like this.
Right.
Because usually it's like you get involved in your own plot, or like Stranger Than Fiction, when Will Ferrell's in the novel somehow, like weird shit like that. This is like a straightforward, I'm a writer, how to write, and I don't think anybody that watches this, like, it's not like a movie. It's not a movie for writers, I don't think, right? Yeah. But it has a couple of truisms. It has some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
I don't know, but and people, some of the criticisms were fairly harsh. Richard Corliss at Time was like, Wonder Boys reminds us of when bad movies were better, and he gives some examples, and he says this is a rare current example of endangered species and honorable failure. Like, that's really harsh.
That's quite harsh.
Like, and yeah, I don't know.
I would say,
I am amused the whole way through. Like, a lot of times when something's a comedy, and I don't think this is trying to be an over the top sort of comedy. But a lot of times when something sets up a comedic tone, it can't hold it the whole way through. And this movie delivers it from all the main characters the whole way through. Like, it stays true to itself the whole way.
Yeah,
I agree. Mm-hmm. I was just going to say, $55 million does seem a little steep on the budget.
Yes.
Like, what are we talking about? They did a lot of on-location shit. They did Carnegie Mellon, the University of Pittsburgh. They focused on Pittsburgh as part of the. I think somebody might have said, Curtis Hanson was like, even Pittsburgh is a wonder boy because it was sort of, had wealth and success, and then didn't know what to do with itself once that ended. I don't know if I didn't think about it that hard, but I'm just saying, like, what is so hard about like shooting these scenes? Like one stunt, maybe. There's not. And also Michael Douglas he took like a pittance for this because he liked it so much. He didn't take a normal salary.
Yeah.
So where'd all that money go? The music? I mean, the music's good.
Yeah.
Like a big song.
Yeah, I'd like to use the old man, the Neil Young, when he's outside the restaurant. Other songs too.
Yeah, they're
it's
all
like
pretty.
Yeah,
spot on. Yeah, the hidden meaning of them.
Yeah. Or not so hidden meaning, but yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think one of the things when one of the people has said that this movie was Curtis Hanson said it. He said the very things that made us want to do the movie so badly were the reasons it was so tricky to market. Since films, he's like, since films are on so many screens at once, there's a need for instant appeal, but Wonder Boys isn't easily reducible to a single image or a catchy ad line.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of going back to, talking about like, what is Seinfeld really about? Their answer is it's about nothing, and this is about something, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, even
it's not like, what do you like, what's the moment you're going to put? I mean, you could bill it if you could bill it as a straight up comedy because there's enough funny scenes, but then you would be luring your audience in for something it's not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, the one of the taglines is a weekend A Weekend from Hell became the time of his life. That's fucking
that doesn't
terrible.
That's bad.
It's
That's
awful,
bad.
and it's not even applicable. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
He's not having the time of his life.
Yeah, and this one was undependable, unpredictable, unforgettable. Like what?
Yeah.
What the hell's that?
It's terrible.
Because he's not even that goofy or eccentric. Like he's not the life of the party kind of guy either. He's just sort of just himself.
I feel like he's more like the dude, you know, and the Big Lebowski to a certain extent, where these things are going on around him, and he's just sort of swept up in it to a certain extent, without ever really truly reacting to any of it so much. It's just kind of like,
that's a good
this is
similarity.
happening.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
And he's caught up in this quasi mystery as well. Like the whole figuring out the car and the dog and all this stuff that it has a detective quality, I guess, about it or something.
Yeah. It has like a Dashiell Hammett structure to it almost. You know, where the mystery is on the back burner. It's not even a mystery exactly. It's just kind of like, how is he going to deal with this?
Right.
But yeah, I agree. I feel like that kind of feels almost like that was in Michael Chabon's the back of his mind to a certain extent. You know, the way a story like that would be structured.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
And then it all comes together at the end. It's like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, also starring Robert Downey Jr., where they're sort of almost satirizing those books where all these disparate plot lines all of a sudden at the end come together, and you're like, oh, look at that. You know, my case is your case kind of shit, you know.
Right. I was, for a second there, because it's been a while since I've seen it, and I was like, is this one big anti-drug campaign thing? I was like, because I seem to be focusing on this weed stuff a lot. But then I was happy to find out that it was, like he says, I think in that epilogue thing, like really that 1,700 pages or 2,000, whatever the hell he had, that was really the cause of the spells, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he never had a spell again, and it was pretty much that book that was doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of like a little of both, because like she said, Katie Holmes is like, you know, maybe it's because you're under the influence. He's like, well, I wrote the first one under the influence, and I accepted the award under the influence, and he's defensive at that point. But then he kind of realizes, do I need this, or should I need this to, you know, to be me?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Traxler scores.
Traxler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Traxler. That's funny because he's done a lot. He's had quite a career, that janitor with the bit part.
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah. Including
he's in tons of stuff.
And he's uncredited in Andor, right? He's K2.
He's K2SO.
Yeah, he's
K2.
the voice of the robot.
Yeah.
I think he probably did motion capture for it, I would assume. Same with iRobot. He's the robot.
And he's iRobot. And you know that bit, right? Like he couldn't, like Will Smith didn't want to he didn't get credited for that because of Will Smith or something? Like just
I think he got credited. They just didn't use him in any of the promotion because Will Smith supposedly, you know. He's also the voice of Gary in the new Superman movie, the robot in the Fortress of Solitude or whatever.
Who's this Gary?
Yes, I actually did recognize his voice. Gary character. He's our 16-year-old boy. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Lucy. I want you to shut up. That was from Weird Science. If you're looking up on that, we haven't done it yet.
Endlessly quotable Weird Science.
Very quotable. All right, I everybody else I think got a gripe, so I will just throw this out as a question. I don't know if it's a gripe, but could we improve on that very final scene?
When he's sitting in the house?
He's sitting in the house.
The very final?
Just that scene. Like, if you want to wrap it up, I mean, it's over 2 hours, this movie. Or not over 2 hours. Close to 2 hours.
1:45 or something, isn't it?
Okay.
What was I actually forgot what the final shot was.
Okay, so like the stuff, it's the 1 year later, and then he's
right
narrating, but he's also typing it as part.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's writing about his actual life. All the shit that happened in the movie
Mm-hmm.
is now part of his book or whatever the hell he's writing now.
Mm-hmm.
Very autobiographical and
Mm-hmm.
shit he's learned. And then he like his baby is there with her, and she's getting out of the car, and he just, it's just like a fond sort of,
yeah,
it all worked
I feel
out
like they stole the ending of Stand By Me.
Yeah,
if you remember Richard Dreyfuss in his office, he looks out the window and sees his wife and kids.
Yep.
Closes his or like turns off his screen or whatever because he's writing his book about his life.
Right.
Yep.
Oh yeah, thank you. That's another book about writing that really has nothing to do with the writing part.
Right.
Just like
right.
He explains the narration and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't come up with anything, but
I mean it's appropriate. It's structurally exactly. It ties it up in a nice bow.
And really, all the stuff that happens is at the end of the WordFest thing, and we know who did what, and and James Lear gets his bow, and Grady's there for that, so they have their little moment, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So really, all the heavy lifting is done in that scene, but then at the end, it's like, okay, well, we got to make sure that he is still writing, and that this all was worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, because it lets us know that he went through with what he should go through with, and that he's actually writing something good, because we just saw it.
Right.
So I think they don't overdo it. They don't flash to anybody else, which is important, because he was who we were anchored to the whole way. So,
right.
And
I thought of one tiny itty bitty one more gray.
Oh yeah.
I would have loved to seen more Rip Torn in this.
I forgot Rip Torn is
good.
Yeah.
I think he's so fun. What he's giving is
a writer.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm a writer. Like, and then Tobey Maguire laughs or whatever. Yeah. I mean, he's just great. And I forgot what he said. What does he say Michael Douglas is passing by, and Rip Torn's like, "Oh, I was rereading The Anarchist
Daughter, and your description of this."
It was cedar, right? Or
cedar?
Or
something cedar.
Some sort of tree. Your description of what is it?
And I forgot what Michael Douglas's response was.
He just kind of said, "All right."
Did he say something
anything.
Like, "Thank you, that means a lot," or something?
Something, but he really dismissed him. Yeah, just walked up.
And Rip Torn keeps going with whatever the hell he's doing. I don't know. He just killed. I think he's so funny.
He is
in this and everything. Like even in Men in Black, I think he's great.
Yeah.
Not even in Men in Black. I mean, in Men in Black, he's fantastic. He's very funny, and he just steals every scene he's in.
He was your favorite part of Defending Your Life as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's great.
He was really good.
Him and Alan Tudyk would reunite later for Dodgeball.
Good pull. I didn't put those two together.
Wow.
Unlikely. Yeah. Steve the Pirate and O'Hanahan, or what's his?
I don't remember.
Some Irish.
Yeah. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Stupid. Anyway,
right.
So I feel like I could have had. I mean, if one or two more scenes of him just being him would have been great, but I guess that's not really a gripe. That's more just like it's too bad, He's so funny.
So, shall we move on to the next chapter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, what does that mean?
We watched him choke to death.
Yeah, that water went down weird. No, it means what are we doing next?
Oh, I just wanted, before we move on, let me just say that before you picked this, I completely forgot that this was a Curtis Hanson movie, because I always associate Curtis Hanson with 8 Mile and LA Confidential.
Yeah.
I always forget he directed this. And for some reason, The Hannah Rocks Her Cradle is also forefront in my mind. I don't know why. It's not that good. It's okay, but it's weird. I don't know why I don't associate Curtis Hanson with Wonder Boys, which is odd. I don't know. I mean, he's got 3 really great movies in his filmography. And the others are weirdly aren't very good at all. It's always interesting to me when directors have like great and terrible. And like no middle ground.
Are his 3 great ones right in a row?
I don't think they are, actually.
It goes...
Are they?
LA Confidential?
Maybe they are.
Hand That Rocks the Cradles. Is it before that?
Yeah, but that's not a great one. That's like...
And then
that's not good.
The River Wild?
Yeah, that's okay.
And then LA Confidential, Wonder Boys, 8 Mile, I think are all in a row.
Yeah.
But there's
because in between Wonder Boys and 8 Mile, he did just a Bob Dylan music video and then a TV series, Greg the Bunny, which I've never actually seen. I've heard of. I'm aware it exists, but I've never seen it.
And he had a weird death as well, right? Like he was shooting something and then he like couldn't continue and they had to switch directors.
Yeah, he had Alzheimer's, right? Is that what killed him?
I think it was some kind of debilitating condition, but it seemed to hit him pretty like in the middle of shooting or something. Or maybe it got exacerbated.
No,
I don't know. I don't know how it happens.
Yeah,
he was doing Chasing Mavericks. Okay.
And it was a frontotemporal dementia, which is a different type of, typically appears mid-adulthood between age 45 and 65. Oh.
That's brutal.
Okay, Pick's disease, all right.
Oh, yeah. He only missed the final 15 days of shooting, and this Apted guy was brought in to finish.
Michael Apted.
Yeah. But I mean, I didn't see Chasing Mavericks. I can care less either. But it's too bad. Yeah, no, I think he really, like, we haven't really talked about him, but it's got to be what's tying it all together, right? I mean, it's fairly well shot and doesn't try to hammer anything home, and it's just a total consistency, all these things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's good.
Yeah.
Good job, Curtis. Rest in peace.
Okay.
Right. So, who's next?
I think it's my pick, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. So, we're going to stay in the same year.
Oh, 2000.
In the year 2000.
Interesting.
I was thinking about picking another horror movie because it's October. It is the season.
Yeah. But then you came to your senses?
Well, I decided to pick a sci-fi pseudo horror movie. And I was actually trying to decide between 2 sci-fi horror movies. And then I decided
from 2000?
Well, no, the other one was a little earlier from the 90s. But the one I did pick, it's hard to give you a clue, but it's sort of the movie. It's a movie that put one of the stars of the Fast and Furious franchise kind of on the map.
Is that?
Oh, does it have to do with Vin Diesel?
It does.
Yeah. Did they make like 80 of these movies?
No, they made 3, I think.
Right?
Did he have to run really fast on a planet before he burned up?
Yeah, but not in this one.
Oh, it's not Pitch Black?
It is Pitch Black.
It's Pitch Black.
Doesn't he have to run really?
Is that in that one, or is that in one of the later ones?
I think this one he runs at the end. He crawls most of the way, and then he has to run.
Well, the sun is coming over the horizon, and it's burning everything.
That's Pitch Black. I thought that was like the third one.
There's creatures underneath the surface, but they can't run.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We'll watch it.
I guess we're gonna find out. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
Pitch
only
Black.
saw it once, way back when. I think I saw it because you put it on your list.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a good B movie. A good, entertaining popcorn movie.
Email list. Every year we used to rank all the movies we'd seen the entire year in order for Conan to be like 1 through 105, and
not so much anymore.
Rank them all in order, and I think I got Pitch Black because it was like in your top 15 that year.
Yeah, probably, sure.
And I was like, I haven't. Anything that was in your like top 10 or 15, I would watch if I hadn't watched it. It didn't change my opinion of you picking bad movies, but it was at least direct me in which way to go.
Right. Well, now that we've made this everyone's problem, where can one watch it?
I think I had looked it up. Now I forgot. I don't know if it's available in any without rental. I think you have to rent it. I'm actually pretty positive I have a digital copy of it.
It looks like it's on Sling. Or, it's on Encore right now.
Encore? That's a
people
channel
who
still?
still have that. Well, yeah, we're going back to the year 2000.
Really? Encore still exists? It does not.
Yeah, it says it. It's on this Friday at 9:20 p.m.
Where do you see that? Are you on Real
Saturday?
Good?
No, I'm on a thing called the Google. The Google has
What
it.
does Google know? Next, you're going to tell me you still have a Friendster account. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Friendster,
I have a direct link to this
MySpace.
podcast from MySpace. Yeah, exactly.
Download it on Napster. It's the whole thing.
Indeed. All right.
Well, yeah, I just, for those, if you haven't seen Wonder Boys and you still want to, then it was pretty easy to watch it on Pluto. It was like 5 ads. It wasn't that bad. I don't think I would have done that if I had never seen it, but since I had seen it before, I was like, yeah, I'll just do the free version.
Free version.
Free.
It's on demand. I mean, you can just you don't need an account or anything. You just need the app.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So good luck with the Pitch Black. If that's, I think you might be able to find that on YouTube as well, but I don't know.
Indeed.
I just don't want anybody to have buyer's remorse at $3.99.
They won't. It's worth every penny.
We're gonna find out.
Oh yeah, we will. I think Pitch Black, the first one, actually, people gave that some credit.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm reserving judgment, but I'm hopeful.
Indeed. All right. Well, this has been our best, most wonderful review ever.
Indeed. Yes. Boys.
Literally.
Boys.
All right. Until next time.
That's enough of me, Buff. I'm out.
Thanks for listening.
See you.
Bye.
It's the Fun with Your Brains.
Every move you make is changing the fate of the universe.